Welcome to Fair Channel. My name is Shunya.
My name is Tomo.
And I'm Phoebe.
Today we're gonna talk about application process for school in Japan. So can you tell me steps or apply to Japanese language school?
So first is the school will check all the documents for authorization on admission. Second, apply for a certificate of eligibility, which is called COE, for resident status after receiving an acceptance letter. Third, settle the tuition fees after receiving a COE for resident status. Fourth, issue for the residence certificate and certified form certified from the time of application. The fifth, the original certificate mailed directly or returned to the agent. Sixth, confirm whether the name on the passport matches with the certificate of eligibility. Seventh, after you finish with steps number 5, you can now process to application for a visa process in Japanese embassy in your country. After that, when you're arriving in Japan, it's necessary to apply for a residence card, which is kind of a card for prove your status. Residence card is very important for foreigners to secure while staying in Japan. The attached picture in the residence card will be the same in the school application form. If necessary, you can apply for the permission to work while applying for the residence card.
Wow, that is quite a lot of process.
Yes, it is. Yes, furthermore, within 14 days after the arrival, students are required to visit the city hall for resident registration and apply for the health insurance. We strongly recommend to discuss with us first about staying in Japan. Please ask us for any questions the description box below.
So can you give us more advice?
Yes, if you are planning to study in Japan, you must take into consideration selecting the right school for fit you. We also introduced the pathway program for those students who will transfer to school to another. We will discuss points before applying, and you need to have qualification for admission. Here are important points. Before enrolling to Japanese language school, you need to inquire about some important points. If it requires a high school graduate diploma, the passing marks for the Japanese language proficiency test, the date of enrollment or deadline, or attachment of the translated documents for application, candidates require for resident certification. Those are important points before you enroll. Remember, early planning and prepare the documents are necessary to avoid any delay or deadline for admission.
There qualification for admission?
Yes, from overseas, completion of 12 years of education, 6 years elementary school, 3 years of lower secondary school, and 3 years of upper secondary schools. Not applicable for not transferring school applicants. For more details, please check the Japanese Student Assistance Organization. Japan language test N5 class and higher is also qualified for admission. If you have lower than N5, it's hard to get in. And also bank statement. It's about tuition and expenses for living in Japan. For domestic, those who already have status of residence that can continue studying in Japan for more than a year, you must provide a residence certificate. And we are going to talk about admission years. It's about admission schedule. For example, if you are willing to enter April intake, you need to start applying November. So for example, you have to start applying November. That means you have to prepare all the documents before November and get ready to apply within the year.
Wow. You are in the Japanese language school, right?
Yes, I were in the Japanese language school.
How long have you been studying in Japan?
For 2 months
For 2 months.
only. unfortunately.
Okay, so did you improve your Japanese?
I think it definitely helped me a lot.
Okay, here are information of application process. These are very important informations. First, you need to discuss with the school for the future plans and more. Depends on what you want to do. The school can provide different programs. Parents also can process the application for supportive school funds. So all the financial sponsor or financial documents need to be provided by parents or yourself. The payment for the application, filling fee, admission fee, tuition fee, and extra is made by bank transfer. Transferring of funds will be fully accomplished after authorized. Provide all the documents issued within 3 months of the current date. So if the picture is older than 3 months, they don't accept. Applicants themselves required to fill in application form of their own. So there is a section of signature, so they have to sign their own. For documents other than Japanese, a Japanese translation needs to attach. For example, graduation certificate from your own country. If it's English, you need to translate in Japanese. Not enough documents can be denied by school or denied by government of Japan. For language school, student visa will permit a student to stay the entire educational period of 1 year or 1 year, 3 months. The maximum duration of stay to study a language school is 2 years.
So what are the programs in Japan?
Different schools have different programs. Here are major programs in Japanese language school. University pathway program, postgraduate programs, business program, and speaking programs. University pathway program, the program will help students to transfer to another university. Postgraduate program is it offers courses, conversation courses, and professional qualifications. Business program aiming for employment in Japan, working in Japan. Speaking program is aiming for helping students improve their communication skill in Japanese.
What should we care about when we choose schools?
So here are important points for choosing a Japanese school. First one is program length and contents. So you need to see the programs and does it really suit your goal. Class size. As class size is bigger or smaller, different school has different classes. I recommend small classes. It's better for improving your Japanese faster. General subject offer. Some school offers different kind of courses and subjects. Total class hour per term, school environment, school rating and reviews, availability of a school counselor, easier to transfer to preferred school, quality assurance in education, total tuition cost, detail about the placement test, learn more about student diversity. These are important points that before you're choosing school. For these points, we are very known about our contracted Japanese language school, so please ask us any question or any concerns about Japanese language school before applying. Mostly financial sponsor or supportive funds has to have at least 2 million yen in their bank account. This is actually a huge amount for just studying in Japan. As we concerned, if your goal is to work in Japan, there are visa called specified skilled visa available for working in Japan from overseas. Please check the video out for getting a specified skilled visa for working in Japan. Please contact us for any questions and concerns. See you on next video. Thank you. Bye. We're introducing job for foreigners in Japan. Please contact us, our official LINE account, or by email.
You can find more information in description box. And don't forget to subscribe our channel. See you next time. Bye.